Was away on vacation this weekend for a Memorial Day weekend, so I didn't really get too much done. But I'm back here at the garage, and my lifters are going to be in Thursday, and then after that, basically, I'm ready to start this thing. I have all the parts and everything. So I'm going to continue getting on all the accessories. I'm going to put on the oil pump, all the engine mounts, and all that and such, and we can get this thing hopefully running really soon. You know, I'm really getting excited, so here we go. Got the oil pump all taken apart and cleaned. I mean, it's brand new, it only has 100 miles on it. I'm gonna replace the outer O-ring in the gasket, but I'm gonna leave the seal. Clean the rotor, got it all marked, put it back correctly. Clean this back housing plate. Just gotta clean that spring real quick and then I'll throw her back together. So, no shortcuts. Gonna start installing the oil pump housing. I got a new O-ring on here, I got it lubed up so it should slide a little bit easier. And then I also have a brand new paper gasket on here as well. So basically I got 2 bolts in here to kind of hold the gasket straight. I'm going to get everything lined up and then use one of these picks to get the seal over the crankshaft, and then we can torque everything down to 10 foot-pounds. Starting to put the motor mounts on. I got this one on. When you're putting an RM block in a older 94 through 98 P80, you actually have to change this mount out. So this is from a 99 to 00 P80, and it's got the bigger 10 millimeter or M10 bolts here. Then if we go around the back, we got the axle. It's the axle mount, you can call it, for the passenger side. And this needs a little bit of modification. I believe you have to get a bigger bolt for this one. You have to drill out 2 of these. I did this last year, so I don't exactly remember, but it's pretty easy to do. And then I also started putting on the accessory bracket. The accessory bracket pretty much, the 94 through 98 accessory bracket just bolts on 2. The only one is there's no bolt hole for this one, but you still got the 6 here. So you get 6 out of the 7, which is plenty. And then tensioner goes here. I'll probably put that on later once I get everything timed. And then next I'm probably gonna get on the timing pulley and everything. And then I can start putting on the PCV system, the knock sensors, the crank sensor over here. And then basically after that, I'm just playing the waiting game for these lifters that hopefully come Thursday. And then once that's done, I'll show you guys how I degree my cams and everything. And I'm also gonna double check all of the clearances for the lifters. You can see I got a bunch of them in over here. I got a whole bag of them, but I put it through a couple in to double check them, and everything still looks really good. So we're chugging along. I'm gonna double check everything on the block, make sure everything's tight, and we can keep moving along. Getting ready to install the knock sensors. We basically got a shorter one, a longer one. Shorter one goes in the front, longer one in the rear, and then the front one you want at 3 o'clock. And the rear one you want at 5 o'clock. Those need to be correct, or else you're gonna get false knock readings. And they also need to be torqued to 15 foot-pounds. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting these in. Now with those installed, put on PCV box. Got the crank pulley on, ended up torquing it to 144 foot-pounds, and then basically you can put an extension in there to kind of keep the crank from rotating. And then I put a little bit of blue thread locker on it, and then I hit it with the impact for a couple ugga-thuggas and moved it a couple more degrees more. And I also marked it so I can always see if it moves or not, because I have seen catastrophic engine damage on these particular engines. If this comes loose, basically, and that rotates, this pulls out, you lose all your timing, and it's just, you destroy everything. I also have my dial indicator gauge hooked up right here. And basically what I did is down here, you can see we got a silver and a gold line. And that silver line is the Volvo TDC mark. So there's a little notch in the crank pulley, or in the cam belt pulley down there. So I just marked that just so I can see it easier, because it's really hard to see that notch. And then what I did is I set up my TDC indicator that just threads into the spark plug hole, and I found true top dead center. And that's basically when this needle is moving, and then it stops moving, and then you go a little bit more, and that's true top dead center. And I just zeroed it out on the indicator to kind of see. Basically I marked that in the gold Sharpie, and that's basically just the next line over. And I need true top dead center to time my cams, and also to check timing in Mega Squirt. So you can see right here, I made another mark, and that is true top dead center. And I just smudged it, so I'm gonna have to redo that. But that's true top dead center, and I'll use that with my timing light when I am checking the ignition timing. So I just wanted to show that. Ended up throwing a quick layer of paint on the subframe. I think it came out pretty good. I mean, you're never really gonna see it, but whatever, it looks cool. I had some cans lying around, so I figured I might as well use them up. Also painted the line silver. This is a ceramic. I think it's like the VHT ceramic, brand new rack and everything. Just gotta get the tie rods all set up and everything. Got my sway bar painted. I mean, it looks pretty sweet. It'll look sweet with the motor on it when it's with it painted. And that's all I care about, is that awesome shot. So whatever, I like it. Figured I'd do it, and it took 5 or 10 minutes. Calling it quits here for this video. Again, just waiting on these lifters really, so I tried to get done as much as possible before these lifters come in, so everything can go really smoothly this weekend, and hopefully maybe even, you know, start cranking it or even fire it up this weekend. So we'll see what we get done.